Cheonjiwang Chronicles, myth of the origin of Korea. Cheonjiwang Bonpuri, Cheonjiwang Chronicle, or King of Heaven and Earth, is the supreme god in Korean mythology. In the beginning, heaven and earth were still confused, like in Greek mythology or chaos in Egyptian mythology. Gradually heaven and earth separated into two halves and separated. The heavier half sank. Becomes the earth, the lighter half emerges to become the sky. From the sky creates blue dewdrops, from the ground creates black dewdrops. 2 drops of dew are the essence of heaven and earth, blending together to create all things, from gods to creatures and humans. The head god, considered the king of heaven and earth, is the heavenly and earthly king Cheonjiwang. Cheonjiwang was sleeping soundly when he was awakened by 3 crowing roosters, calling out that the world was still too dark. He then created 2 suns, 2 moons and stars to illuminate the world. Cheonjiwang submitted to humanity. At that time, humanity refused to submit to the gods. At that time, Cheonjiwang was the king of humans, the first person to tame wild beasts, and began to become arrogant, challenging even the gods. Cheonjiwang was angry, riding on a 5-dragon cart, with 3 generals, the lightning god Byarak Jengan, the fire god Wadiok Jingan and the rain and wind god Pungu Dosa, leading 10,000 soldiers to attack the territory of Cheonjiwang. Cheonjiwang released a herd of wild animals, including horses, cows and hunting dogs, to fight, but Cheonjiwang just snapped his fingers and the whole herd flew to the roof. Cheonjiwang now personally rushed out to fight heroically, but how could mortals defeat the gods? He was defeated by Cheonjiwang, who placed a golden bracelet on his head, like the monkey brother, causing him to feel as if he was about to explode. Unable to bear it, Cheonjiwang ordered soldiers to behead him to end the pain. Cheonjiwang's 2 children. Cheonjiwang did not return to heaven immediately but stayed to visit the house of the old woman Baekju. Moved by the beauty of her daughter, Cheonmyeong, the supreme god asked both mother and child for permission to have sex with her for one night. The supreme god here is polite, consensual, not turning into an animal. Then steamed a good family's girl like some family god. After the orgy, Cheonjiwang stayed with her for 4 consecutive nights and then sadly parted ways with her in a dragon-drawn carriage. 9 months and 10 days later, Cheonmyeong gave birth to twins. Following Cheonjiwang's instructions, she named her 2 children Daebyol and Sobyol. Imagine, living in poverty but suddenly having your mother reveal that your family is actually wealthy. It must be very happy. The 2 brothers Daebyol and Sobyol are such cases. Knowing that they were the children of their ancestors, they happily planted a gourd tree that climbed up to the blue sky. They went to heaven to meet their father, breaking his father's throne, but of course, no one would dare punish the boss's son, and were promised by Cheonjiwang to give them a land to govern. The 2 brothers had to compete in many competitions. Sobyol played badly and won to rule the human realm, while Daebyol, despite being more talented, lost and had to rule the underworld. Immediately after taking over the human realm, Sobyol immediately punished the family of Cheonjiwang, who was, even though he was beheaded, he was still not completely dead. Sobyol tore apart the human king, turning his army into flies, mosquitoes, and bedbugs. His daughter was turned into a beetle, and his son was turned into a hawk. However, even though they have turned into animals, those animals still retain the ability to speak human language, making the world too noisy and chaotic. The ground is hot because of 2 moons and 2 suns, and ghosts are free to harass the human world. Sobiol had to ask for help from his brother Dabiol. The god of the underworld came to the land of his twin brother, raised his bow, and ended a sun and a moon. Then the god sprinkled some dust on the animals that spoke human language, causing them to close their mouths and only know how to hum. The ghosts were also classified by Dabiol and captured in the underworld to rule. The good god was pushed down to rule the underworld, while the god who was both incompetent and evil but cunning took over to rule the human world, life. Meanwhile, the twins' mother, Cheonjiwang, also was blessed to become the earth goddess Cheonjiwang. So the 4 realms, the heavenly realm, the human realm, the earth realm, and the underworld are jointly governed by the entire Cheonjiwang family. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.